video. Last video before we start gaming. Dad loses it after catches coworker R-wording his 14-year-old daughter. What?
I know she's underage, but I did do a little bit of a penetration. I know she's underage, but I did do.
Are you sick, bro? Are you sick?
I know she's underage, but I did do a little bit of a penetration. She's had with older men before.
You my daughter and you got her drunk? Oh, that you don't know what went on here. I said, I do know what went on here. You my daughter, dude.
On July 23rd, 2024, officers in Athens County, Ohio, responded to a 911 call involving a concerned parent after a young individual reported troubling behavior while staying at a residence where she had been asked to provide child care. I'm Jack, and this is Unpopular.
Jack.
Hold on. I want my phone.
Nope. We're taking it. Okay.
He wanted the phone so bad to delete. What the heck?
Hold on. I want my phone.
Nope. We're taking it. Okay.
What the heck?
You lying. I want my phone, please.
No, not right now.
Will you please give me counseling?
I got it.
Will you please?
Who are you? She's my wife. Okay.
Sir. Sir.
Sir, please.
All right, come over here. So what's happening?
Well, last night she was messaging me.
Okay.
And she sent me some pics.
Okay, so why didn't you block her? Like, bro.
Sir, please.
No,
All right, come over here.
Don't justify
So what's happening?
Well, last night she was messaging me.
Okay.
And she sent me some pics. And I got home. She's in the house naked. There's some videos in there because I was recording everything. And I was like, no, we can't do this, you know. She kind of led to one thing to another. I was like, no, we can't do this. And I didn't her like they're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I know she's underage, but I didn't her.
So why would she be in a house nude then? Like, it don't make sense. Like, a 14-year-old. Like, bro, use your fucking head, bro.
And I was
don't
like,
be stupid.
no, we can't do this, you know. She kind of led to one thing to another. I was like, no, we can't do this. And I didn't her like they're saying.
Okay.
Weirdo.
You know, I know she's underage, but I didn't her.
Okay.
I mean, some stuff did happen, but, you know, I didn't.
What? I need you to be, like, totally upfront and honest with me.
It's weird.
I know it's weird, but I need you to just
like, be for real, bro.
What's
She
going
pulled my pants down and gave me oral.
Okay.
And I got hard, and I did do a little bit
So
of
you did?
penetration, but not much.
Okay.
Then I was like, no, we need to stop, and we went to bed. They say I have her phone. I don't have her phone. I gather all of her stuff up. It's probably in
Where's
her
all
back.
her stuff? Right there?
It's right there.
Okay.
I don't know what all happened.
Okay.
What's all going on. I try to show him, try to talk to him, but he's all mad and upset.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Man.
You know?
Okay.
But
Bro, you
he
is a
told me
weirdo.
stories about his daughters. We was a little nervous about having her babysit anyway, because of the story she told me. Because she told me.
So she's the babysitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess she's had with older men before. He's told me in the past, and because we work together, that's how we know each other.
Okay.
And,
Where do you guys work at?
Well, he used to work with me at Montgomery's, and he don't work there no more.
Okay.
And stuff. Like I said, she was already. I got a little bit when I got home, you know.
Okay.
I know I done, but she was already.
What?
She was drinking before you got here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Yeah. She had a whole thing of liquor.
Okay. A whole bottle?
It was pretty full, and it was about empty when I got home.
Okay.
And stuff. I mean, it was in no liquor cabinet. I mean, I'm probably gonna go to jail, most likely.
More likely. Okay.
How much trouble I'm in for this?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Probably.
In 14.
Yes, you know what you did.
Yeah. All right, so what I need you to do right now for me, okay, is turn around and put your hands behind your back, all right? So right now you're being detained, okay?
That dude got his
But I am
nut
gonna
off
read
and
you
ready to
Miranda
go to
rights,
jail.
all right? You have
Crazy.
the right to remain silent. Do you understand what I'm telling you here? You can tell me you want an attorney and you can end it at any time, okay? All right? I know, bud. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me, and we'll deal with that, okay?
When you watch the videos, you'll see everything.
Okay. All right, I know it's going to be a tight squeeze, so the best way to do it is sit on your slide in and then put your feet in. All right, just hang tight there, ma'am. Is there anybody else inside the residence at this time?
Not that I know of,
Okay.
other than my dogs.
Okay, where's your daughter at?
I don't have any children. I just have a child. That is my stepchild.
Okay. You know where the stepchild is?
He has it. She's supposed to be our babysitter. That's what I know. And he's over there. And that's my stepchild.
Okay. All right.
Please find her phone.
Yeah, we're going to.
She said she recorded it, but
I got the detectives out here from that unit. Okay, so
What
they're
the
out
heck?
here. They're going to take care of it. Okay.
I mean, I understand you guys
we're
got
gonna get it all
you got to
taken care
do,
of.
but
Yep.
I'm a dad.
I totally
it's my
understand.
Daughter,
I totally understand. Okay, and I know exactly where
and she
you're
was
coming from.
freaking
Okay?
violated too.
All right. So what's the backstory?
Okay, Sunday,
Okay.
I worked with him before
Right.
at Montgomery Trucking
Okay.
in Wellston.
Okay.
So I ended up having back issues, so I had to quit. But anyways, he called me. I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, and said, "Hey, we don't have nobody to babysit.
Okay.
Is there any?" Because they came over to our house once, and my daughter, I'll babysit for some money.
Okay.
Anyway, so he said, "Hey, can she babysit?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Yeah, when do you need her?" And he said, "Well, him and his wife, I talked to both of them, said probably all the next week."
Oh.
Which would have been Monday.
Right.
And I said, "Well, why don't you pick her up Sunday night? That way you can get used to her."
Right.
And blah blah blah.
Right. Right.
So he was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So we went to the fair, or not the fair.
Oh.
We went to, I can't even think. We went somewhere, and then we came back home. And I said, "We're home now." So he's like, "All right." So Kayla,
Say, what's up?
came and picked
Okay.
and brought her back here Sunday night.
Okay.
So she was here Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday, and today.
Okay.
He sent my wife a random text just today and said, "Hey, can you phone?" I don't know if he said so she can find it or what, but he said, "Can you phone?" Well, called. I don't know if it was before or after, and said he took my phone. I don't know where it's at, and because I tried calling her phone and messaging, or I tried calling her phone on Messenger, and my wife tried calling her regular, and it went straight to voicemail. So it was shut off.
Yeah.
She said, "No, he took my phone last night. He took my phone. I don't know where it's at, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "I'm on my way over." Well, first, they made it sound like he was here alone. Well, I didn't know that he was off work and she was home. They made it sound like he was here by her and she wouldn't get up. So I texted Derek and I said, "I'm on my way over there now."
Whoa.
Okay.
After that was told us everything that happened, and I tried calling him and it was really weird because he was active 4 minutes ago on Messenger when I tried calling him.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't answer. Well, then prior to me trying to call
His heart fell to his ass. That's what happened.
your house, right? Yeah, she called from her house prior to me trying to call him and explained what all happened. At least my wife called Derek on Messenger. He answered.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Give me that phone." So I was like, "What are you doing, dude? You my daughter and you got her drunk? Oh, that you don't know what went on here." I said, "I do know what went on here. You my daughter, dude." "Well, you don't know what." I said, "I don't care what went on. An adult, if my daughter was drunk, would have first thing they would have done is called their parents."
Yeah.
Right.
I said,
Facts.
"You never even called us or
Facts.
messaged us, nothing." And he was
Nothing.
like, "Yeah, come over here. I'm home." I said, "Good, you're going to jail, dude." And I hung up the phone. So we come over here, and we came in here for see how she was. I come outside. My son brought out with him. He came outside, said, "You don't know what got on, or you don't know what went on here." And I said, "I don't need to know what went on. I know enough of what went on."
Exactly.
"Well, I got proof. So he had his wife grab it. I said, "Dude, I'm not coming up to talk to you because I'm not going to jail." I said, "I'm going to stay away from you." He goes, "Well, Kayla, go take him over my phone." So she brought over his phone and was showing me the pictures, a couple and stuff. And I said, "Let me see the time on that." So I scrolled up to the very first one. It was 2:55 a.m. I said, "Dude, you took them pictures off. You took them pictures off of her phone and sent them to your phone. I know exactly what you did." I said, "Because you took her phone last night." I said, because she couldn't find her phone last night. You had it. You're doing that to cover your. I said, I know exactly what you're doing. And then you guys started pulling up when I started walking up because I was on fire, dude.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, I mean, good thing I don't conceal carry because I would have probably been going to jail. I'm not kidding. I was that mad. But anyways, that's what had happened.
Okay.
And then she showed me the pictures and blah, blah, blah. And I told her, my wife came out and gave Kayla a hug because, I mean, as far as I know, she didn't do anything.
Where's your wife at now?
She went.
The squad?
Yeah.
Okay.
There to ride with her.
Okay.
I told him, I said, dude, she's going to have her test done. I said, I promise you, you're going to prison. And I am very good friends with his job. Everybody that works there.
Yeah.
So I called them. I said, hey, is Derek working today? And she goes, no, why? I said, well, here's what happened. She goes, are you kidding me? Because there's been talk before about him doing this, which I didn't know about, but nothing ever came of it.
Okay.
I mean, he seemed like a good guy when I worked with him.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to let you go so you can get in there with your daughter, okay?
I don't know what all you're allowed to say because I'm not a cop. I don't know all the laws.
Right.
But I understand that he's detained. But does that mean that he's going to jail? Okay. Because I even told her, I said, I know there's kids that make stuff up, but I'll tell you right now, my daughter is not one of those kids that do that.
Yeah.
I 100% believe what she said. And he was giving alcohol to her. So, I don't know.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened, like how you got involved? And
Yeah. Okay. I was in my bedroom just packing because I'm going away for the weekend. All of a sudden, I heard a door, and I'm like, who's that knocking on my door? I mean, I don't know anybody that comes to my door.
Right.
I mean, I've lived here that long. So I went to the door, and she goes, can I use your phone? And I said, what's wrong? And she goes, can I just use your phone? And she was just like trembling and shaking. And I said, come in and have a seat. Let me get you some water. Try to calm down. And she just was crying, you know. And she goes, do you care if I step outside? And I said, no, I don't. But I could hear what was the conversation.
Right.
And I heard her telling her dad that he had tried to hurt her.
Okay. Who called 911?
My wife.
Yeah.
Your wife did?
Yes.
Okay.
Crazy,
she was
bro.
talking to my wife.
Weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah. I
She
told her,
called.
I
It's
said,
sad,
listen,
bro.
the best thing to do is call in a police report.
Yeah.
Let him handle it.
Yep.
Don't get involved because he'll shoot you.
Okay. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, you have Detective Sullivan's card, so just get a hold of
Good
him.
woman.
Okay? He'll
That'd
be
be
the
old
one of those
lady.
two will be handling the case.
Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
really.
no problem. Hey, I'm understanding, man. I totally get it, and I understand you're frustrated and upset, and your emotions are beyond
roof.
right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
I mean, it's kind of chilled out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still really upset, but
let's get your son gathered up here, and you can head into the hospital and be with your daughter. Okay?
sounds good.
Derek Trimmer allegedly took questionable photographs at his residence. Officers
What?
noted the victim reported consuming alcohol and an unknown beverage, after which she experienced unusual intoxication. Medical test results later revealed the presence of multiple substances, and hospital staff expressed concerns that the victim may have been drugged. He was
What?
arrested and charged with unlawful interactions and booked into the Athens County Jail with bond set at $75,000.
God damn, you're not coming out, bro. You're done for. You're freaking done for. Weirdo. Freaking weirdo.